Welcome to today's Farm Life. I'm Doug Cunningham, talking genetics in cattle herds today. It gets to be a very deep and interesting subject, talking with Marty Ropp from Allied Genetics out of Normal, Illinois. Travels the entire country looking at herds, talking about traits, talking about trends, that kind of thing. Had some interesting things to say about the numbers in today's cattle herds.
I think there's several trends that I see in the commercial business, and one of them is that marbling is going to drive a big chunk of our life, just because we offer no differentiated product compared to the rest of the world, with the exception of highly marbled, incredibly palatable beef, and there's no space in the marketplace for anything but that. And marbling is just one, just a simple example of the whole complex. Cattle have to do everything. When you're buying seed stock, they've got to calve easy, they've got to grow fast, they've got to be efficient, they've got to have end product value, and most importantly, particularly for young breeders, they've got to stay in the herd a long time, because a cow can't pay herself off in 3 or 4 years. She's got to have 8, maybe even 10 or 12 calves before she's truly a great asset to a production situation. So now I talked about marbling because I think that's a trend that I think you're going to see more price differentiation at the feeder calf and fat cattle levels of this business because of that. We already do. But long term, if you're buying seed stock from an operation, they have to do everything. They can't just do 1 or 2 things, they have to do everything.
Ropp said that many producers are devoted to one particular breed, but it seems that the trend is formulating a herd, possibly combining various breeds with a very specific outcome.
The key is, and our business is built around hybrid vigor and creating heterosis at the commercial level. And you can't do that with a single breed. Our primary product of the 90 or so seed stock producers we work with is a Simmental or Simmental composite product. Simmental, Sim Angus, but our members would sell 700 or 800 red Angus bulls a year, and 600 or 700 Angus bulls a year, a few Gelbvieh balancers, and even some shorthorn bulls in one location. But the key is that all of those folks have been searching for value at the commercial level. They've been doing things right from a genetic and genomic standpoint, and they treat their customers really, really well. And if you put those 2 or 3 things into one package, you can stay in business regardless of whether you're in the most popular breed or the least popular breed. There's value in all of them.
Genomics, according to Ropp, opens many doors of opportunity and puts the business of raising cattle on a brand new level.
Genomics is changing our lives as humans, and it's changing our lives in the crop business, and it's beginning to change our lives in the animal agriculture business too. The things we can learn from genomics is like opening the book and looking inside and going, that's what this one's worth, and this is what that one's worth, at a level we've never been able to do before. So it's our ability to make selection decisions based on economically important traits using genomics has literally changed the way we look at everything. We've got a relationship with a company called Top Genomics LLC out of Iowa that has new tools. You see some of those in the iHawker sale catalog, and some of those for Right Choice and Right Mate that are literally changing the way we look at breeding cattle. There truly are. We've known this forever. We talk about it all the time about how this bull and that cow really work together. And there's actually genomic reasons why they do. And there's genomic reasons why certain matings shouldn't be made, why those matings are wasted. And just now we have the opportunity and the technology to make those decisions and find out exactly what we're supposed to be doing, then use our own skills and tools as breeders to continue to make progress in the priority areas that we want to.
Using genetics is something cattle producers have become accustomed to, and according to Ropp, it's not meddling. It's simply using all the information at hand to do what's right for the cattle herd and make good, solid decisions.
We're doing no gene manipulation whatsoever. This is all about just gathering information. We're just looking at the genes and saying, those genes affect growth, those genes affect birth weight, those genes affect tenderness and flavor and customer satisfaction. So we're going to use sires and dams that have those genes and prioritize those sires and dams over sires and dams that have genes that don't help us in production, don't lower our costs, don't improve our product. It's no different than selection we've always done. We're just using we're using a lot more sophisticated information to do that. And I said, when you see the results of it with your eyes, it's amazing.
Ropp said raising cattle is a business, and increasing the bottom line is the ultimate goal. but gathering genetic information has multiple benefits for the producer and for the consumer.
We're in business. We're in business. And everybody we work with at Allied, it's their family business and their family livelihoods. That's what they do for a living. And so it is about the bottom line. But there are things on the bottom line that we don't think of first. Like the fact that if we can reduce our calf mortality by 5%, we're not only doing what's right for the cattle, we're also doing what's right for our bottom line. And we're also reducing the amount of labor that we have to have, because labor in the agriculture business is at a premium. It is extremely hard to find high quality labor. And by doing some of those things and selecting for some of those trades, we can reduce our labor requirements, our reliance on feed, our reliance on irrigation and things like that we get criticized for sometimes by media. We can reduce those things by doing a better job of genetic selection, and genomics are the key to doing that.
Marty Ropp of Allied Genetics out of Normal, Illinois. As Marty says, that's where he keeps his stuff, because he's never home. He travels the entire country all the time looking at different traits, different trends, looking at numbers, educating people about numbers and what to look for and how to use those numbers and then use that information. You can find a link to his webpage up on our webpage at todaysfarmlife.com. Remember, feel good about what you do today, because what you do today is very, very important. Until next time, I'm Doug Cunningham.